Did you know that Airbnb actually recently banned indoor security cameras from properties listed on their website? It's shocking they even allowed it, but that would be similar to Amazon requiring a full financial book transparency of everything going on in your business before going live on their marketplace. Makes zero sense that, yeah, in that case. So we're going to be talking about other interesting e-commerce news, as well as a very important aspect that could be missing on your website that I almost guarantee is going to have a impact on your sales once you get this added. I'm Joseph here, president at SwiftOtter, and I am super excited to be able to bring this information to you to help you sell more and to be more informed as far as what changes are happening in this sphere. Without further ado, let's jump into our news section. So, yes, Airbnb, their e-commerce, it's worthy of a mention, just honestly for the chuckle of it. Just shocked that this is even a conversation we're having. So we'll move on past this one. Now, what's actually a little scary, though, is Amazon is feeling the pressure from Temu and Shine, however you pronounce it, in that these direct from China marketplaces, you seem to be bringing on some heat here. In fact, to the point that Amazon is now allowing or is testing out, at least rumor has it, Reuters article, so should be pretty straightforward, a direct from China marketplace. We're allowing them to directly list on Amazon. Time will tell, but that is a way to start causing some problems with U.S. merchants now, because, we can kind of relegate Shein and Temu to their own spot. But when it comes down to Amazon doing this, that's going to get a little scary. I'd love all this to be good news, but this one is something that is worthy of probably a little bit more attention than it is being given. On the good news, though, side, I like good news. Etsy is realizing they kind of have strayed from their roots. They've allowed pretty much anybody to list on their marketplace, and now they have said that they are going to be getting back to their roots, back to the artisans that made them into the company that they are. Will this mean that they're always going to be able to continue growing in profit every year? I would think not. But it's a great service. It's a great opportunity for artisans and really talented people to be able to interact with the greater continent of North America. So it is a good, a viable platform. It's just, I'll be curious to see how this goes, but I'm really, really happy to see when artisans are put first again. This one is an interesting read. Stanley is mentioned as one of the most successful in the outdoor space. Really powerful, good information. In fact, just as you were to trace it through, in the email, the eCom Buzz email that we send out, I have a couple extra links in there talking about how Stanley got to this place. And one thing I did not know, and you might find interesting, is Stanley was founded back in 1913. So they've been around, they're here, and yet they just had massive success in the past couple of years. Pretty significant success. So that's all I always love to see when an e-commerce merchant is being very successful, and it's always worth learning how that happened. So with that, I would like to move into this section about this one thing that merchants don't have, but it is really powerful. Let's think about it this way. We are visitors. We type in a Google search. We go to somebody's website. I was like, okay, this is what we maybe need, but we as conscientious consumers want to see if this is the best price, the best product, etc. So we go to another website. Maybe we look at some of the reviews and look at the specifications, see if this matches our need. Then we're on to another website. By the end of the day, we probably looked at 4 or 5. I know I've done that here recently with the purchase, actually a fairly large purchase that I made for me personally. I did a lot of research. Looked on eBay, I looked up articles, I looked on YouTube. It was a very interesting buying journey. Now, I ended up settling with a company that had this one thing that I'm about to talk about, because it does make a difference. The other thing is actually they had some really good information on YouTube with a separate, I wouldn't say it was the influencer. I think they were somehow connected, but really good information as well. So that's always valuable, keeping that information going. Kind of, hey, what we're doing here, trying to help you understand what's going. This education aspect could never be overrated for any brand at all. But it is this one thing. It is a value proposition. Why should I purchase from you as opposed to purchasing from someone else? Now, if it isn't specified, it's up to the user's imagination to figure out what the answer is. Up to them to come to these points. Now, here's the problem. I have seen some value propositions on websites that I'm going to put in the category of absolute crap. We're going to talk about what makes a good value proposition. We're going to talk about some examples as well. Actually, let's start with the examples, and then we'll move into what makes for a really good value proposition. Check this out. We have this one here, actually, with egrandstand.com, one of our clients. I like this. This says why they are who they are, what sets them apart from their competition. And to their customers, this means something. Maybe to somebody who's not in this industry, who cares about no setup fees, whatever. But if you're in this industry, I will tell you right now, there is plenty of setup fees all the way around. Now, another one, we helped get this one set up quite a while ago. Pleasant Hill Grain. They sell wares, kitchenware. They're probably one of the biggest outside of Amazon. And hey, they have a fight on their hands dealing with Amazon. Well, they came up with a really powerful value proposition. It's a quality curated product selection, meaning you're not going to find trash on our website. Everything we sell, we stand behind. You might have heard the Scheels, Scheels, wonderful sporting goods store. We have one here in the Kansas City area. Love it. And they stand behind their products as well. This is becoming a powerful value proposition, especially in this era of Shein and Temu, where, I'm sure some of the stuff lasts, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves, there's a lot of junk floating around there. A lot of junk. Prompt personal customer service, 100% satisfaction guarantee. They stand behind it. And to prove that they stand behind this, they have 4.9 stars on Google customer reviews. Folks, this is powerful. Now, here's another one. Eastwood.com, big auto parts repair supplier. And they have their own value proposition. Now, this one is a little bit interesting because it's not the type that's clearly obvious. No, this one is baked in. I equally like this as well. Let me put it this way. You've seen what it looks like here. The design could be somewhat improved. We all get that. But I think way more important than a fancy, incredible design is this idea of functionality, and they nail the functionality. That's why I love it so much. Check this out. Okay, so we have our price, but we have in stock. Get it as early as Saturday, July 13th, if you order in the next X number of minutes. Ships to, etc. So they're picking up based off of my IP address, and they're saying when this product will arrive. Folks, that is the value proposition. Is that not why, or one of the reasons why Amazon Prime has been so effective? 2-day shipping. Well, most people don't care about the number of days. I mean, yes, Amazon's getting down to same-day shipping, right? So same-day delivery. So yeah, we kind of do, but it's also equally important to know how long it's going to take. And Eastwood nails this. Get it as early as Saturday, July 13th if you order in the next few minutes. Great. Love this. Better than that, you have a question. I will answer that question for you. Wonderful. And even better than that, we stand behind these products. 100% satisfaction guarantee. Great. But there's more. Since 1978. Folks, that right there is a value proposition as well. Since 1978. Amazing. And this is baked in. It's not like it's just a box. This is baked in. All right, so I want to give you these 4 points that I think are going to make a huge difference as you craft your value proposition and put it on the website. Things that you saw right here in this conversation. Number 1, and probably the most important of all, has to be concrete and provable. People, when they come to your website for the first time, their BS detectors are up. They know when you're just flubbing it versus actually telling the truth. If there's things like patents, if there's things like certifications, customer reviews, company reviews, anything you can possibly do that's provable, somebody looks at this and says, yes, this sets you apart from somebody else. Now, of course, I get how competition works. Your competitors might be better on X, Y, or Z things. That's fine. But at least call out A, B, and C that you're better than them on and put that forward. Make it sure it's concrete and provable. None of this, we're the best in the industry. Prove that. You can't. You can't prove that. Concrete and provable. Number one, most important. Now, number two, though, is just as overlooked, and that is the heart connection. We as human beings like connection. We like to feel needed in life. And can we infuse that into the website? Absolutely. I like, in this previous example right here, it says, we 100% satisfaction guarantee since 1978. We stand behind our customer solutions and customers. To be frank, I think that could be drawn out a little bit further. Since 1978, what's the story? I guess it would be Mr. Eastwood that founded this company back in 1978. I don't know. And what were the challenges that he went through and was trying to solve and figure out back in 1978 through whenever maybe it's been sold by now. I don't know. But like that type of thing really goes a long way, saying, oh, I'm not just buying from, I don't know, this big corporate conglomerate. I am buying from this person. If you have charitable causes you support, like we give over 10% of our net profits to Life Water, we say Otters Love Water, a charitable organization that helps give water to those in need. Share that. Make sure, get that heart connection out there. The other thing is short and sweet. It can't be a paragraph of text for each one of these. Now, make it linked to where you do have paragraphs of text supporting and building up the fact that you are who you say you are and you're really good. And then fourthly, and this is another key area that I see lacking quite often, a value proposition is great if it's concrete and provable, if there's a heart connection in there, if it's short, fantastic. But if it's not obvious and nobody sees it, if a tree falls in the forest, did it really fall? I don't know. It's debatable. But in this case, if it's not obvious, why do you have a value proposition? Put it on your product page. Put it on your category page. Homepage is great, but the number of people that come to your homepage that end up purchasing is actually pretty small. I mean, you could argue it's 35 to 50% roughly, but I would argue it's smaller than that for those who actually end up purchasing. So, because Google, most of the people that come to your website to purchase, well, as far as first-time visitors who aren't already familiar with your brand, are going to find it through Google or search engine, maybe social. That's another possibility. But generally speaking, social also links directly to product pages and category pages, or content, as opposed to just the homepage. So across your website, drop it in key areas, and I think you're going to see a bit of a difference there. You are helping your customers with this list of how you're better, as opposed to letting them come up with it themselves, accurate or inaccurate. So there is episode number 8 from eCom Buzz. I am super excited to share this with you. If you have any questions, drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email, joseph@swiftotter.com. I'd love to carry on the conversation with you.